Looks like Superman and Krypto won't be alone for much longer. There's a whole super family coming from James Gunn and DC Studios. Hey everyone, this is Digital Charcuterie. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, if you like the DCU, if you liked Superman, hit that subscribe button. We're going to talk about it all the time right here. If you haven't seen Superman, probably hit the pause button, go watch it, come back in a couple hours, and let's start anew from there because I might go into spoilers. I'm going to try not to. I don't think there's going to be much to spoil here, but I am going to discuss things in this video and they might bleed into spoilers for Superman, and it's been out for less than a month or about a month now, but still, you never know. You might not have had a chance to see it, so I just want to be respectful to all of you, but go get a ticket and go see it. It's a ton of fun, and if you didn't like it, well, that's fine too. Let's talk right about it too. So, James Gunn on the Happy Sad Confused podcast about a week ago, he said he was working on something and he wasn't quite ready to say what it was going to be, but it wasn't Superman 2, but it wasn't Batman and Superman. Superman was going to have a big part in it, but it wasn't going to be Superman 2, and it definitely wasn't going to be World's Finest. And, we also know Wonder Woman is being worked on heavily now because Teen Titans is kind of being pushed to the side for Wonder Woman, which I think I'm looking forward to Teen Titans. I was looking forward to Teen Titans, but I think Wonder Woman, that's an A-list. You want to get Wonder Woman off the ground. You want Batman off the ground as well, but they have the Batman, so I don't think they're as concerned with getting Batman Brave and the Bold ready right now when they have to worry about that, and they don't want the two Batman on screen conflicting with one another. So that all makes sense. But I want to go right here to Variety now. Variety brought this article up earlier today. Here we go. James Gunn to direct next movie in the Super Family at DC Studios after Superman success. James Gunn will write and direct the next installment in the Super Family, Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav confirmed during the company's earnings call. Gunn had previously said in various interviews during his Superman press tour that he was writing a new movie featuring David Cornsweet's Superman in it, although he always remained coy on whether it was a standalone Superman sequel or something else. Zaslav provided no clarity there, opting to say the next movie in the Super Family. But it's news that Gunn will direct the movie in addition to writing the screenplay. He served the same dual role on Superman. Warner Brothers recently relaunched the DC universe with Gunn Superman, which ignited to $125 million domestically in early July and has since generated $315 million in North America and $550 million globally. Next up for the franchise is Peacemaker Season 2, followed by the Supergirl movie and the Lanterns television series in 2026. Plus, there's Clayface, which is set to film this year. Gunn recently told CBS Mornings that fans should expect each entry to have its own flavor and tone. We'll take that down right now and go back to this. So he says all of that, and he says a lot, but nothing at the same time. So we're getting pieces of what's happening next. And James Gunn said that he wasn't ready to announce the next thing, but it would be coming soon. And this is not the announcement of what's coming next. This is a tease, a tidbit by Warner Bros. CEO David Zaslav, who's saying it's Super Family. He specifically says Super Family. So immediately you go Clark or Superman, Supergirl, Krypto. Lois Lane's always been included in the Super Family, and I think Jimmy Olsen is in there as well. Maybe some Perry White. But your Super Family, I think for the most part, is Superman, Supergirl, and Krypto. Part of me is thinking he might be bringing in Superboy. Maybe, I don't know. It might be too early for that. I think it's going to be that trio there, and we're going to see them go on their adventures on whatnot. And their adventure for me, I think, is, I did a video on this a little while ago. I think it's going to tie into some event that occurs during Peacemaker. I think Peacemaker is going to bleed into what I suspected would be Superman 2, but now maybe it's going to be the Super Family movie. Something is going to happen that's going to be big, massive, and Superman and Supergirl are going to have to take their dog Krypto out into the galaxy and figure it out. Now, whatever that threat is, I don't know. I don't think they're going to do anything too grand at this one. Take your pick of maybe like B-list DC villains that they could go up against. I don't think it's going to be anyone massive, someone that they want to keep for maybe a solo movie or Justice League or something like that. So I'm not quite sure what they'll do there. Lex Luthor, on the other hand, that's one question that I really have going into it. Is obviously he's not part of the super family, but he's kind of in the super family. He's the super villain of the super family. And Nicholas Hoult, I thought, was really well suited for this Lex Luthor. I thought he crushed the role and did a really great job. And I'd like to see him return in some capacity. Obviously, he has his issues at the end of that movie to deal with and get out of. And I suspect he will get out of it. And we're going to go, I think we're going to get like really conniving Lex Luthor in this universe. You're going to get a Lex Luthor we've never seen on screen before, and I can't wait to see what that's going to be. But I'm really curious what you guys think also in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of the Super Family. Are you excited? Were you hoping for Superman 2? Do you think it is going to be the trio of Superman, Supergirl, and Krypto going toe-to-toe, head-to-head together to defeat some kind of unworldly threat that is coming from somewhere else that they're going to have to team up and work together? I think it makes sense for them to team up at this point. That's the team. I mean, Batman. Look, Batman. I love Batman and Superman. Don't get me wrong. But what one of the criticisms with the old DCEU was that they jumped right to it too fast, and they didn't want to do the legwork, and they didn't do it, and they just went right into it. Whereas now you're going to have a Superman movie, a Supergirl movie, and then the natural course would be for it to have a team up movie, right? That would be your Justice League movie. And I think unlike doing a Justice League right away, is these are two individual characters who now we've already had Supergirl in the Superman movie. Like we've already established that they know each other, that they exist in the same world. So we don't have to worry about that. Supergirl, something's going to happen there. We might have some Superman, we might not. So either way, they're going to be in the forefront more so than Batman just showed up in that movie. So you already have them established, even though it's only 2 minutes, two films. I think it's established enough to justify them doing a movie together. Plus, of course, they're both from Krypton and they're Superman and Supergirl, and it makes complete sense that they would team up. The issue now would be like, if you are teaming up this early, do you do solo movies again? Do you do another solo Supergirl? Do you do another solo Superman? Because when you do that, the question would be, well, why isn't Supergirl and Superman 2? Why isn't Superman and Supergirl 2? That's one of the issues that you could really have when you start to do the team ups like this so early on. I think some people said this stuff about the Marvel stuff. It's like, well, where are the Avengers? Why aren't the Avengers here? Well, it's not that kind of threat. And I think at some point they started making excuses. They're like, oh, the Hulk is off, and then they did Ragnarok and stuff. So I think there's ways to go about it and to do it. But that's going to be one of the issues they're going to have, is when you start to do the team ups, people will say, well, why aren't they teaming up more often? Like, what's going on here? Why aren't we dealing with that? But I'm very excited for this. I like the idea, the prospect of it. I kind of really want to see Superboy. This is what I want more than anything, though, is I want the death of not right now, like later on down the road. I want the death of Superman, because I want my favorite Superman, Cyborg Superman, to come back. I need Cyborg Superman in a movie, and I think James Gunn can deliver on that. But I don't want to rush to Superman's death either. I don't want to rush into that, because we've done that. And, Doomsday, I've said this before, but I love the lore of Doomsday, the story of Doomsday. I want to keep it that, man. Just keep it what it is. It's so good. Just use it and just retell it. I watch A Christmas Carol every Christmas. There's 9 million versions of it. I don't care. I don't need it changed. When something is perfect, it's perfect, and Doomsday is perfect. But the Super Family is not going to deal with Doomsday. Oh, God, I hope not. It's not going to deal with Doomsday. Superboy, though. Superboy. We're going to get some Superboy. That's what I want to know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. Give us a like and a subscribe. And until next time, may you be the master of your own universe.